and the relationship teeters into a very unhealthy space. And then in that dominance, they pull you away from things that you used to do, things that you really want to do. So now you have zero boundaries. Because you're not doing anything you enjoy doing, you're not with the people that you want to be with, you're basically being told how to live, how to breathe, how to move. You guys tracking with me? Okay, good. That's how unhealthy relationships move into situations of domestic violence. How do you guys know that terminology, domestic violence? Okay. What do you know it as? Someone wants to define it for me, or tell me what you know it as? You are so smart, right? Most people just say, oh, when a husband and a wife fight, it gets physical, right? That is the correct definition. Domestic violence is when a relationship, whether it is friend, whether it's your mom, it could be your mom and dad, it can be you and a friend, it can be you and a sibling, it can also be you and an employer. Because you have that interpersonal, close enough interpersonal relationship, right? So whenever you have relationships that move into a place of abuse, where there is control and dominance and manipulation, that's a relationship that can fall under the category of domestic violence. So a lot of us are in unhealthy relationships, and we didn't know that. Some of us are born into unhealthy relationships, right? Homes that are unhealthy. Some of us are taught unhealthy interaction because of how our parents interact with us, and we think that that's how we should interact with others, or that others interact with us, right? Am I tracking with me? Am I talking to anybody? Yes. Okay. So, when we have frameworks of unhealthy relationships, we tend to turn around and duplicate what we see, right? We do what we learn, we repeat what we learn. So we go out and we end up in relationships that are unhealthy, relationships that can be what we call toxic, that lead into other things. So,
did you come to the home?
I want you to understand how domestically violent relationships form. They form because there's a place where a person does not have boundaries and allows themselves to move into an interaction with someone who then realizes I can take advantage of the situation. And it may not be an intentional act, it may happen over time, but it all goes back down to you establishing boundaries. So, we're going to do an activity, but I'm going to do this part, we're going to move into the activity really quickly. We have police officers in the room, right? And we interact with them when they come in to the community. Their job is to, what is your job? Is to in the car. Right? Their job is to protect and serve the community. So they're supposed to be protecting you, they're supposed to be serving you. So we have had instances where homes have had calls to the police office because the 911 hotline, because there was a relationship that is now domestically violent, and an individual in the home got hurt and the officers come out to the call. What we find is the officers come out, those people are heightened levels, one might have to leave with the officer because they're not able to calm down and contain themselves. What happens in those situations is you have teenagers that see them doing that, and what is your perspective of them doing that? Do you think they're coming to protect and serve you, or do you feel that they're, now tell the truth now, do you think that they're coming in and they're ultimately going to break up your family? The second one, right? Sorry?
When they come down, I feel like they'll try and stop the situation before they or if that's not the case, or if that doesn't work, then that's when they'll have to, force to take somebody with them if the situation is not being escalated.
So yeah, so they will take, if the situation is not de-escalated, they will take someone with them. And what happens is, many times, that is the case because we're humans and we argue and we don't necessarily want to take a loss or take an L,